Hey kiddos, happy Cinco de Mayo. This holiday is not Mexican independence like some people think. It's actually celebrating a battle that was won. But what it has kind of turned into is a celebration of Mexican Americans. It's a celebration of what they have contributed to our culture and especially Mexican food. Come on, who else is a fan of Mexican food? All right, I'm going to read a book to you guys that I read every year. I wish I could read it and give you chips and salsa for a special snack, but if you've got some at home, make sure you eat some chips and salsa for me. All right, so we're going to read Chicks and Salsa, okay? It's by Reynolds. Chicks and Salsa. This is the farmer's wife. All right. There were grumblings in the hen house of Nut Hatcher Farm. The chickens were tired of chicken feed. The rooster took it upon himself to solve this problem. Miss Nuthatcher, the farmer's wife, Mrs. Nuthatcher, had started watching cooking shows in the afternoons. The rooster was perched on a fence post outside the farmhouse window when he discovered the solution to his problem. Salsa. Led by the rooster, the chickens crept into the garden where they took tomatoes and uprooted onions. That night, the chickens ate chips and salsa, and nobody was quite certain where the chickens got the chips. The tasty tang of tomatoes and onions hung over the barnyard, and the rooster said, "Olé." Now, I'm going to say olé again, and every time I say olé, I want you to do a motion for me. Ready? Olé. Do it with me. Ready? Olé. Okay. Very soon, there were mumblings at the duck pond of Nut Hatcher Farm. Inspired by the chickens, the ducks decided they were tired of fish. With the rooster's encouragement, the ducks dipped into the garden where they selected cilantro and gathered garlic. That night, the ducks ate guacamole, though nobody was quite certain where the ducks got the avocados. The spicy scent of garlic and cilantro hung over the barnyard, and the ducks said, "Olé." The next morning, there were rumblings in the pig pen of Nut Hatcher Farm. Overwhelmed by the enticing aromas, the pigs decided they were tired of slop. While the rooster distracted Farmer Nuthatcher, the pigs plodded into the garden where they borrowed beans and chopped chilies. That night, the pigs ate nachos, though nobody was quite certain where the pigs got the nacho cheese sauce. The delightful deliciousness of cheese and chilies hung over the barnyard, and the pigs said, "Olé." As everyone knows, when a passion for Southwestern cuisine takes hold of farm animals and so many sumptuous, spicy, savory scents collide in the barnyard air, it can only lead to one thing: fiesta. The rooster got things organized, then returned to his fence post to watch for a good enchilada recipe. The horses decorated the barns. The bull practiced his Mexican hat dance, though nobody was quite certain where the bull got the sombrero. And the chickens, ducks, and pigs snuck into the garden, but all of their spicy Southwestern supplies were gone. The scallions had been stolen, the peppers had been pilfered, the limes had been lifted. Oh no. but there were slurpings in the kitchen of Nuthatcher Farm. Stirred by the succulent smells in the barnyard, Mrs. Nuthatcher had decided to make tamales for the county fair. A saucy sweetness hung over the farmhouse kitchen, and Mrs. Nuthatcher said, "Ole!" Disappointed, the animals canceled their fiesta. That evening the chickens ate their chicken feed, the ducks ate their fish, and the pigs ate their slop. Back to boring old food. But while the Nuthatchers were at the fair, the rooster crept into the kitchen and borrowed a French cookbook. The next morning the rooster ate crepes with white grapes in sauce, though nobody was quite certain where the rooster learned how to read. A satisfied smile stretched over the rooster's beak, and the rooster said, "Ooh la la."